Hey, bro, is you serious? I mean, nah, I'm about to dip. I just got the chair, cuz. Come on, man. Alright. I mean, I hate to have to do it to him. Now a gotta do it to him. Hey, yo, don't blame me. Shit. It's your fault.
Okay, shout out Barber. Back with another one. Cash or Trash, Season 3. This is the first video of Season 3, okay? I am excited. We have premium because we reached our goal of 1,000 subscribers. Shouts out to y'all. Thank you guys for helping me out, right? But if we get to about 5,000, I'm going to do a clipper giveaway. So let's see what we can do with that, man. I ain't going to talk too much, but I will say this. This season, if you notice, the previous season I wasn't doing the beard. But this season, I'm incorporating the beard because the beard is very important when you're doing a haircut. You can't walk around with a great fade and a terrible beard. So now we incorporating the beard, okay? Barber eyes on. We ain't giving out no shorts. If you owe me $10, you ain't giving me 9. I need my whole 10. So let's get started, okay? Let's get started. Nevin, the barber, you're up. Let's see what you got, champ. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go.
What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nevin the barber, and in today's haircut tutorial, I'm gonna be covering.
Whoa. What did we notice already? If you know what I noticed within the first few seconds of this video, drop it in the comments. Let's see if you're paying attention in school. Let's go.
A high bald fade with waves. So to get right into today's tutorial, I'm gonna go ahead and set in my first initial guideline using my Stylecraft Metal Instinct trimmer.
And you got a brush.
And you guys can see that I started this initial.
If you set a comb, you're right.
Guideline at the top of my client's point of reference.
You don't have.
So basically, since this is gonna be a
high fade, there's
not gonna be any C-cups on my client's hairline. And for the next step, I'm using no guard with the lever all the way open, taking this guideline up about 1 inch. And now that I have that complete, I'm gonna go ahead and use the 1.5 guard with the lever all the way closed. And again, I'm taking
I see what's happening here. So, judging from this barbershop, because I'm looking at the mirrors in the back. I'm looking at every barber look like they're working. And you got people waiting. So this is a real barbershop. This barbershop is a real barbershop. And the difference between a real barbershop and what a lot of people doing like in these suites and stuff like that is they are committed to cutting hair. They want to cut hair. They are not here for the theatrics. They are here to cut hair. There are other barbers out there that are here for the theatrics, right? This is the type of barbershop that you need to go to if you're complaining about prices because they are here to cut hair. All right. They're not here to rub on your face. They're not here to give you a facial. They're not here to have to wash your hair with all kinds of botanical oils and stuff. Right. These barbers are here to cut hair. How do I know that? Because he did not comb this man's hair at all. He didn't comb it and he got all kinds of dandruff going on. He got stuff going on. He don't even know which way the direction of the hair going. Barbers, before you start cutting the hair, comb the hair. Find out the direction. Make sure there's no colics in there. Make sure there's no problems underlying in the scalp. You know what I mean? You might have skin that's
I line up going.
You might have dead skin that's in there that's going crazy. You never know what kind of sores that person may have, bumps. You know, you want to be able to be aware of what type of job you're getting into. Now this guy, he might get cut. But if you are a barber, you're a new barber, this is your practice, combing the hair first.
About 1 inch. And it's very important that you guys give yourself enough space with each guideline. That way when you come back down and erase the guidelines, you have enough space to blend them out. So essentially, all I'm really doing right here with my fading system is I'm putting my guidelines in going up, and then I'm coming back down to erase each guideline that I created. And also, just keep in mind, every time you guys are doing a haircut, you want to be sure that you're blending it according to your client's head structure. So basically, in this case, since I'm doing a high fade, I want to be sure that
he's not respecting his client's corners. He's not respecting those corners. See how much lighter it's starting to get? He's going to end up covering this up with paint. He's going to paint this.
Blending a nice transition up into the parietal ridge.
And he's skipping a lot. He's skipping a lot. So that means he's doing things in between takes because he's skipping a lot. And then the hair is starting to look a little different. So maybe he is combing, but just not on camera.
And that I'm blending above the occipital bone on the back of my client's head. So if this were to have been a mid-fade or a low fade, I would have kept that guideline underneath my client's occipital bone in the back. But since it's a high fade, I went ahead and brought that guideline above my client's occipital bone. So just keep that in mind whenever you guys are doing your haircuts. You want to make sure that you blend according to your client's skull. That way when the blend is complete, you have a nice clean transition all throughout your client's head shape. And with this next step that I'm doing, I'm using the half guard with the lever all the way open, and I'm focusing on blending the 0.5 up into the 1.5, and I'm just gradually closing.
See, when you get good with your fades, and you get real nice with your fades, and your fades get to looking like this in the camera, right? Just wavy, like his hair wavy. You won't even need that 0.5 because you'll know how to stand those clippers up with your comb and But when you're not that nice, you need a 0.5.
As needed.
Don't check me, check yourself.
Out any last dark areas that I see in the middle of my fade.
Fade looking good though, it's coming along.
Now that I have that step complete, I'm gonna go ahead and line up my client's vertical bars.
Nevin, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, did you see the yoke? Did you see the yoke? Did y'all see the yoke? Did y'all see the yoke? Hold up, Nevin, come here. Get back here. Why is it not giving it to me? Watch the yoke. Watch the yoke, y'all. Watch the yoke.
Now that I have that step complete, go ahead and line up my client's vertical bars.
Why are you pushing back like that, Nevin?
The front of his hairline.
Oh, Lord.
And I always like to line up the vertical bars first. That way I have a nice clean foundation as to where I'm going to bring my client's
look at this corner right here. Ooh.
And now that I have a nice crispy hairline, I'm
going
to go ahead and apply some enhancements just to enhance my client's light
already knew that was coming, Nevin.
And give his hairline that extra pop. And as you guys
you don't
can
even
see,
brush the
you don't brush
the flakes out. You don't
to give the extra pop on my client's hairline. I'm spraying the enhancements onto the business card and allowing the rest to just fall in place. And just like that, you guys can see how much more crispier my client's hairline looks. And I'm just gonna go over it one more time with the trimmers, ensuring that I can get it as sharp as possible. And now that
just
I have
for the
that
record,
step complete,
and
all
just
I have
for
to do
hold me up. And just for the record, the way he just pushed that corner back right there is the reason why cash or trash exists. Because I want you to learn how to actually cut hair before you start worrying about any type of enhancements. The enhancements is to make the cut look better, right? To accent certain things like the line or the color or the fade. It's to just enhance the cut. But before you use an enhancement, the cut should already look good. That's why cash or trash exists. That's not good. Do not push the client's hairline back just so you can use color to make it look better. Cut the hair right first, then use the enhancements.
And erase that last guideline, blending the 00
fade look good though.
0.5. So to do this, I'm starting with no guard with the lever all the way closed. And I'm just gradually flicking at that guideline with a very short cutting stroke. And now I'm just gonna open the lever as needed to flick out any last dark areas that I see. And this is probably the most important part of the fade right here. So you guys want to take your time.
That fade came together. I ain't gonna hold you.
To put as much detail work as possible when doing this step.
You got some.
And you guys can see how that guideline slowly started to fade away with these few simple steps that
I wonder what that move is called with the brush.
And I would recommend using a zero gaps clipper when doing this. That way it'll make the process.
What type of clippers are those he using, y'all? What type of clip? Are those style crafts? I'm not sharp on the clippers. I stopped looking at clippers for a little bit. Are they style crafts?
A lot easier for you guys when you're trying to erase that last guideline. And now
Flick out the dark spots with the trimmer.
Ensuring that
I know they style
the very
crafts.
last faint guideline is blended out.
This fade look
So
good
with this
though.
step, I'm just blending those baby stubble hairs up into the fade.
Barbershop going crazy.
And right here, I went ahead and used my trimmers on the
Attention
top of my
to
client's
detail.
crown, just to knock off any flyaways that I saw.
I don't know why he ain't brush it though, like brush all the
And to
dandruff off his
finalize
head.
this blend, I'm gonna come back with my Metal Instinct shaver, ensuring to cut all that stubble down to the skin. And this is really just gonna make your guys' fade pop right here.
A little more.
Ensuring that you get a nice clean transition from the skin into the stubble into the hair.
See, he got a different type of hair than
So
most.
just like
His
that,
hair,
I was able to get a nice clean
look a little
fade
more
with
coarse.
those few simple steps that I just
so
showed you guys.
it won't irritate as
And
much.
if you guys have learned anything in this haircut tutorial so far, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't
He won't
already,
have-
and
He won't have as much irritation when the hair grows back. So because of how coarse and thick his hair is, it'll be tough enough to get through the skin.
a comment letting me know what you guys want to see next.
Yeah, look how packed they shop is. They
I'm
shop
gonna go ahead
jumping.
and repeat the same exact
Nevin
steps
shop
on
jumping.
the left side of my client's
Go
head.
ahead, Nevin.
So I'm
Y'all
gonna
shop
first start
jumping.
off using my Stylecraft Metal Instinct trimmers.
Same
just
technique.
to punch in that first initial guideline.
Okay.
And as I mentioned before, I am starting at the top of my client's point of reference, also known as the top of the C cups.
I want to see this
Whenever you
beard.
guys
I
are
want to
doing
see
a high
how he do
fade,
this
just
beard.
keep that in mind. As I mentioned, you want to be sure to get a nice
I'm gonna take
clean
all points if
transition,
that beard ain't right,
fading
because
up
that
into
fade look real
parietal
good.
ridge bone,
But I'm
as
kind of
well as
mad
the
how you did those
occipital
corners
bone on the
though.
back of your client's
Focus
head.
on these corners, y'all. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. Focus
And
on
now
this
with
corner
no
right
guard
here.
lever all the way open, I'm creating another guideline going up about another inch. And I'm not gonna erase this guideline yet. As you guys saw, I went ahead and erased this guideline at the very end. So now with the 1.5 guard, I'm gonna create another guideline going up about another inch.
You're gonna do the same
And I'm
steps
gonna
as the
open
other
lever
side.
all the way, just to blend that guideline up into the parietal ridge area.
Right.
And I'm gonna come back, cutting the hair with the grain, with the lever all the way closed.
In Nevin's defense, the guard is actually a comb as well. Just know that. I personally feel like he should comb his hair. I personally feel like he should have combed his hair in the beginning. But just like I always say, every barber has his own style. We just gonna use your style. We gonna use your techniques, and we gonna use your finished product to determine, is this cut cash or trash?
And this is just creating a nice clean transition from the parietal ridge up into the crown. And now to blend out that middle guideline, I'm gonna
This side over here looking a little patchy now. As you
begin flicking
as you
at
Vin
that middle
Vin
guideline.
Do they call you Venmo because you getting the money?
Just be patient with it when doing this step. Some of your clients may have thicker hair texture than others.
This side ain't looking like the
In
other
this
side,
case, my
champ.
client had very, very thick, coarse hair, so it took me a little bit longer to blend out each guideline. But you guys can see with the system that I've created,
Chop, chop, chop.
it's honestly a bulletproof system. It works on any hair texture.
You see that fade right here?
As long as you
see
guys
that right
are doing
there?
these steps correctly,
You see that?
you should be able
see
to
that
get
pushback?
a nice,
Ooh, look at
clean,
that.
blurry blend.
Look how light that is.
And now for the hairline,
Yo.
I'm lining up the vertical bars first,
yo.
and then I'm gonna come back and line up my client's hairline.
What's that one
in the
guy?
middle.
What's that one guy on YouTube that be chasing the animals, getting the animals, and they go yoink? That's what he just did to his hairline. Yoink.
From middle to right. And same thing on the other side, doing the same exact steps. And now I'm gonna apply
right up in
some
here.
enhancements. As you guys
Nevin,
can
I need
see,
you to apply at least
The
a 1.5
enhancements really
guard
just
right up
gives
in
that
here.
extra pop to the hairline, making the haircut almost look photoshopped. So now that my client has a nice, clean, crispy hairline, all I have to do is come back and erase that last guideline. So with no guard and the lever all the way closed, I'm going to begin attacking that last guideline with a very short cutting stroke, blending the double zero up into the 0.5. And I'm just going to gradually open the lever as needed to flick out any dark areas that I see. And as I mentioned before, this is probably the most important step within the haircut. You guys want to be sure to get a nice clean transition.
This is where detail matters.
Going up into the hair.
This is where detail matters the most.
And I'm just using the corner of my blade when doing this. I like to use the corner of my blade rather than using the full blade, only because I get to do a lot more detail work.
He smooth that fade all the way out.
Areas that I want to while using the corner.
Yep.
And just like that, you guys can see how that guideline is slowly starting to fade away.
All the way out, yep. Okay,
and another thing I like about this fading system right here is you guys won't find yourself pushing up the fade higher than what it needs to be.
You won't find yourself pushing the fade higher than it needs to be, but you will find yourself pushing the hairline back further than it needs to be.
You can literally see how every step serves its own purpose within the haircut. And now, getting into the razor work. Whenever I use the razor blade, I always like to bring the blade up against the grain of the hair. And the reason why I do this is because the razor blade is basically removing the hair follicle out of the pore. So it's going to leave the hairline with a very, very sharp, crispy look. And not only that, the haircut will last a lot longer if you guys do this with the razor blade. And you guys can see just how much more sharper my client's hairline looks.
Here we go.
Doing some
the beard time, baby.
And now to get into the beard,
get it on, baby.
And repeat the same exact
ready
steps,
to start.
But just
take
going
the locks
in
off the cage. Ready to bark.
Guideline that you guys saw. So right here, I have the 1.5 guard cutting the hair with the grain. And then I turn the clipper around to cut again.
I couldn't lay a client back and then line his beard. I got to have him sitting straight up. I got to be able to see the beard from how the people going to look at him. I got to see that. I can't lay him back. I would get it messed up every time.
The grain. And now with my 0 guard lever all the way open, I'm just blending out that very last faint guideline right there. So I'm basically just repeating the same steps as I did within the fade on the beard.
What's those clippers?
And now I'm going to come in with my trimmers to line up my client's beard.
Oh, he heavy on the style
And when doing this, you guys just want to keep it as natural as possible.
He heavy on the style
Not only will your client appreciate you keeping his hairline natural, but this will allow the haircut to last that much longer as well. And same thing, I'm going to go ahead and do some razor work on my client's cheek area just to give his beard that extra pop. And to finalize my blend, I'm going to go ahead and do some
I like them shears though.
With my Nevin the barber
them shears though. Oh, he got his own shears?
This is really just softening up the blend. Whenever you...
Nevin the barber. Nevin the barber. You got your own shears? That's pretty dope.
Shears, you guys will notice that your blend will be a lot more softer and you'll get a cleaner transition into the bulk. And one more time with my trimmers, just ensuring that every last hair is cut to perfection.
What Nevin is doing at this point is he's paying attention to detail. That's why it looked like he keeps going over the same stuff over and over and over again. He's paying attention to detail. That's why this fade is looking so clean. He paying attention to detail. That's what you got to do. Now he has a comb. I just can't understand.
Comb to finalize my blend.
I can't understand.
And really give my client the best haircut possible. Not only will your client appreciate the detail work, but this will increase your chances of retainment on getting that client to return to you. But that is about it for today's haircut tutorial. I hope you guys took something from this video. Again, be sure to like, and subscribe if you haven't already. It's been your boy Nevin the Barber, and I'm out.
Nevin, you didn't give me a full view. You know what I mean? You ain't give me a straightforward view. So we can't determine if this beard is lined up properly. You know what I'm saying? We can't determine if this beard is as clean as we want it to be. You know what I mean? So we got to go off of what we see, Nevin. We got to go off of what we see. We can't determine if the hairline is straight. Is it straight? Is it crooked? Is one side pushed back further than the other? We don't know. Unfortunately, we have to go off of what we see, Nevin. Nevin, this fade is cash. Drop an applause for him. The fade is cash. That beard, not so much, champ. That beard is trash. The beard is trash. It's not cleaned up. It's not clean. After going over it with a razor, after going over it with your clippers, you know what I'm saying? You didn't get any of the little wild hairs, which most people be like, now, I mean, they don't worry about it. But even up under the nose right here is not clean. The lines aren't clean. You didn't fade this out clean enough. You spend a lot of time on your fades, but you don't spend enough time paying attention to the detail in the beard. And that matters because that let me know that if you got a bald head client in your chair, yeah, the bald head will be clean, but the beard will be a little shaky. Well, that's just off of what I see here. Nevin the Barber. This cut overall, the cut overall is cash. It's cash. Drop an applause for him. Drop an applause because the fade came out nice. He paid attention to detail. There's a few things I wish he could have did better, like, you know, combing the hair, brushing all the little dandruff out of his hair because he probably got it washed or whatever. And, you know, cleaning up the beard a little more. But that beard is trash. We not going to walk around that. You know what I mean? The cut looked good. At the end of the day, we can only go off of what we see. The cut looks good. I cannot sit here and say, oh, Nevin, this cut is trash. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I don't see it from the front.
My Nevin the Barber
Pause.
shears.
I don't see it from the
really
front view. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that. You looking at this joint? We looking at him. We looking at him. He going through, you know, detail. Got the lines out, cut smooth. The cut cash, man. But that beard is trash. I'm not gonna let up on that. That beard is trash. Nevin, just focus on, you know, making sure that you make the beard match the cut. Make the beard match the cut. You know what I'm saying? And from that point forward, you know, the only thing I can say is, you know what I mean, my man don't got to worry because what's the difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut? 2 weeks, man. Shout out to Barber, Cash and Trash. We out of here, man. Let's go.